Hello, and thank you for joining me for this small talk where I'll cover how to mentor, part 5 of a 6-part small talk series titled Mentorship, Mentoring, What's in It for You. The key principles of mentoring, according to the University of Reading, are that the mentoring relationship should be based on many vital elements, such as trust, confidentiality, mutual respect, and sensitivity, that it should be a structured dialogue, that the relationship should be based on agreed boundaries and ground rules that address the power differentials between the mentor and mentee, that the mentor should help the mentee identify goals and challenges and set priorities for relevant personal growth. And the mentor should allow the mentee to drive the relationship and encourage them to take increasing responsibility. In addition to providing acceptance and confirmation, role modeling, and friendship, according to Cram, mentors also provide mentees with sponsorship, exposure, and visibility, coaching, protection, and challenging assignments as it pertains to career-related functions. Based on feedback from an experienced mentor, Bristow and Imperanza deduced the mentor's process to comprising 3 C's: closeness, cadence, and concentration. Closeness, then, would involve the mentee-mentorship relationship at a point where the mentor understands what phase in life is the mentee, what are their intentions. The mentor can visualize the mentee's mindset, and the mentee and mentor share a close connection. That's closeness. Cadence. Cadence would entail the rhythm of the frequency and timing within which the mentor and mentee meet. It should be such that each subsequent meeting would seem like a resumption of the prior. And concentration, which would require being in the present and in the proper frame of mind for the mentor-mentee meeting. This status would exclude multitasking to maximize and devote time and attention fully to each other to optimize the shared time. Other recommendations for successfully mentoring somebody was provided by Francis, who is the chief knowledge officer of a mentoring software company. The ideas were presented in the form of 7 tips. The first, ask questions for clarity and for the mentee's self-discovery. Tip number 2, share ideas as a means to provide options to the mentee. The third, tell stories as a great way to share ideas. 4, dig deeper to help the mentee discover truths and find solutions. 5, listen with compassion. Understand when the mentee needs you to listen. Number 6, offer encouragement, provide a safe place to vent, ask questions, and seek a better understanding. And the 7th tip, make introductions to people in your network if you are comfortable in doing so. Now, it's important to know that there are 4 stages to mentorship. The first stage would be preparation, and this is when the mentor and mentee prepare for the mentorship relationship by getting to know each other. It's vital to see if this is the right match. This process is by far the most critical step, and it should be given the necessary time and attention it needs. Miscommunication or misunderstandings can result if this stage is not given the time it needs to explore values, common interests, future goals, and dreams. Initiation is stage 2, and this begins the process through the negotiations of hard and soft goals and issues. Goal setting takes place during this process, as does setting the initial expectations of the relationship. and defining a strategy to achieve the target. It is during this stage that ground rules for how and when meetings will take place and the accountability factor are discussed. Relationship issues are discussed in this stage. Things such as establishing ground rules, confidentiality, boundaries, and shared responsibilities. Now, if there's an incompatibility in the hard or soft issues negotiations, then there's not a compatibility in the relationship and the parties should part ways at this stage. The third stage is growth. This begins the work of working towards the agreed upon goals. It is within this stage that the greatest opportunities for learning and development are discovered. The mentor can become the guide and advisor to the mentee, whichever is needed. The mentor should provide honest and candid and constructive feedback to the mentee. The mentor should also offer resources to the mentee as is needed to accomplish the goals and based on the discovery of the learning and development needs. Then, of course, there's the fourth stage, closure. That's the final stage in the mentor-mentee relationship. Now, it can be an opportunity to recognize the fulfillment of needs and celebrate the success of accomplishing the agreed upon goals. Yay! Sometimes, however, the closure stage might represent something else, such as the unfulfillment of goals or the relationship contract. However, closure still is important in this situation as well. With either circumstance, it is important to recognize and communicate about the fulfillment or the unfulfillment of the goals. It's all about learning. Discover the individual and mutual learning and growth that took place in the relationship and that which still needs some attention. A proper closure can set the stage for the next development opportunity. I want to thank you for joining me for How to Mentor, Part 5 of a 6-part small talk series titled Mentorship, Mentoring, What's in It for You. Please also join me for Part 6, where I'll cover benefits of a mentorship for the mentee, for the mentor. Until then, be well.